special with the Terrorblade, along with the Alacrity Ember. So all the favorite picks for NGX are there, and these are strong comfort picks for that team.
I mean, I gotta agree with you. I think NGX does have the superior draft going into this game 1, but let's see how it pans out. I mean, Polaris, again, they've surprised us many times over the past couple weeks, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Well, I would be quite surprised, in fact, to be surprised again by Polaris. We do get into it. NGX versus Polaris, game number 1, and John, I realize that last sentence made absolutely no sense. I appreciate you pretending like it did, though. Thank you for that, John.
It made sense to me to a certain extent.
Yeah, because
somewhat.
with it should barely be able to get away. He's forced to chains, and Mac, he's not backing off. He's going right for this. Alacrity, still in trouble, now trapped in the tree line as CML's going to rotate. They'll end up finding it, so I mean, the patience is rewarded. In fact, Mac might have even another.
Ooh.
Tornado's there, the Tusk Snowball was out. Polison, he goes for the Nightmare off. Mac, he will have it taken off him by CML. Can make his way back over, immediately just pops the meta and tries to go after Boomy, and he might actually have this kill. Fairy Fire, no, one more hit will do it. In your dream, does get some revenge on his way back, but I suppose in a lane like this, you just need every bit of gold you can get right now. What they got there? Oh, Nico, barely gonna avoid the arrow flying in as looks like we are losing a silencer in the meantime, but mid lane, CML, he snowballed in. This could be a real problem now. CML, not going to be fine. Alacrity does eventually pick him up with the sleight of fist, and even gets the chains off now onto Nico, and that'll be another great pick-off if they can get it, but Nico is not going to make it out. Alacrity playing on the edge with that sleight of fist does secure another. Polison is trying to rotate, maybe get a Fiend's Grip off. In fact, Mac, he's still around. Polison, he might commit, but just can't quite get the range. Look for Boomy, but he's going to be okay. In fact, in the backside, Dokkan gets spotted out on that Mirana, and CML is going to go forward now. Trying to pick up that Mirana kill, but the Moonlight Shadow is there in the Nightmare. Going to buy more time. He's not down yet. Fiend's Grip out. They've got Natsumi, but no, it's cancelled. Natsumi, though, is still in big, big trouble. He'll try and fight this one by himself. Sleight of fist out. He has a waveform soon, but no mana to throw it out, so he is probably just dead here. Snowball is going to buy a bit more time, but he does get taken down by Polison on the Bane. The CML is still in a bit of an awkward spot here on this Tusk. It does get taken out, and eventually Polaris, they are slowly just falling apart. As NGX are beginning to take over this game number 1.
We just keep building up in the win conditions. Nico is still trying to go though, but doesn't mean we have the backup here. In your dream, Mortis is still up for a bit longer.
Yeah, they're going to try. Mac is going in your dream. Oh, he's going to drop. They should be able to at least find these two. Though I say that Alacrity's completely out of mana and can't really play right now. In fact, Nico, he's just cleaning up. Big, big problems now for NGX as it just turns right back the way of Polaris. Boomy still trying on a Mizu. Jhonxfire now comes in with the Starfall, but doesn't have the damage output. Sunstrike's there. Jhonxfire, he'll jump right through. And so Polaris, it was a rough team fight, but they came back and got in your dream and Alacrity. So, you know, rough or not, they do get some big kills going.
And they're not done. Like, the side of NGX, they still play in this area.
Yeah, EMP, Tornado out. Polison, Nightmare is there. They might try to turn again, but Mizu just doesn't have the primal split right now. He'll try to get on towards Nico and does get him. At least the Thunderclap does land just within range. Looks like a very bad team fight, though, for the Dire. I mean, you're at least losing CML, it looks like. And Nico, he's going to try and fight. In fact, the TPs are coming in with the Global Silencer. Actually found Alacrity. They just completely bursted him down. There goes CML on the Tusk. Mizu, he has popped the split. Who are we aiming, though? Yeah, it looks like GXR now are the ones in trouble, but they found Mac with the Fiend's Grip. That'll be your Invoker gone, as Nico now also gets caught out. He's got that BKB up with the Axe, but it may not matter against the Terrorblade. Eventually, with the Spirit Vessel and Cinder Brew, he will pop. Of course, on the other side, Boomy trying to run. Natsumi also getting caught out. And it's about to be...
With the invulnerability from Paulson. So if you don't catch the Bane out, if he is close enough to your target, he could still go for the Nightmare play and kind of cover whoever does get caught out. It's a difficult game for Natsumi to leverage that play.
Mizu might get blown up, and... Oh no, Snowball! He had the Lotus Orb up, so he's going to be able to survive a little bit longer. Primal Split, no, the Nightmare! Oh, the Nightmare! No! Polison! Oh, I guess what are you gonna do? He had to try. Nico now, the rush forward without the Brewmaster, but
Dire's middle tower is
it won't matter. You're still worried about that In Your Dream Terrorblade. With that Metamorphosis Shadows there, they are really committing all the way for this. Is the arrow not gonna land? Mizu, he's gonna prop the Primal Split. They've got Mac and a Nightmare. They might be able to commit now. But no, not quite. The Stomp does hold them back from Nico.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In the end, it's still very messy, but they found CML. He does have buyback. But another Nightmare now onto Mac. Jhonxfire though doesn't have the arrow to set up, but it won't matter too much as Mac, he gets 4-star forward. He's in trouble now. Into the arms of In Your Dream, but they jump in. Deafening Blast, it's not going to matter. They get another. Mac, no buyback this time around to try and help out his team defend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's NGX. Are they going to commit for high ground? Daedalus there for In Your Dream to boot, so plenty of damage to come onto the Terrorblade. There's that double damage. Roshan, though, is still a minute away, but they'll have time to use that DD rune. In fact, they'll have time right now to use it for this team fight. Pulse is going to break the smoke, though. Do they want to commit here? NGX, they're backing off for now, but CML, he's gone way too deep. Polison, he's still alive, but not for long. The Earth Splitter is going to be there to take him down as CML. He'll go down second. Nico, he's been caught out. You can't fight into a TV with DD. It's just way too much damage. 3 down already. They are committing buybacks, but they're not going to matter as Natsumi is the 4th to go down. Boomy's been chased as well. None of them have buybacks available right now. So at least Boomy does, but an ultra kill is there for Alacrity. The last piece of the puzzle is going to be that Nico dieback. They won't be able to hold him down, but they can just go after the barracks instead. That's even better. They should be able to get at least 2 out of this, unless MGX are going to pack, but it's a 5v2, there's just no reason.
Open up tier 2 push. Polaris, do smoke up. This is a risky push, but if they catch NGX without their TV, this might be manageable.
Here we go, Slider Fist going to give all the vision in the world. NGX, they don't seem to want a part of this fight yet. But BKBs are expended, and now you might want to just turn around as the Fiend's Grip. They've got Natsumi. You can't forget about that guy. Global Silence is there, though. Boomy going to cancel it off immediately, but Mizu, he's still going. Primal Split available. They'll pop it. CML, he's going to drop, but now they can just go for more. Onto Boomy they go. That'll be a Silencer gone, and now Natsumi just takes an arrow right to the backside. There's not really much of a way out for him. Another death the way of Natsumi as they will just go for the tier 4s now, but the GG's been called. NGX, yeah, it was a bit of a messy game 1, but they managed to pull it off in the end at 38 minutes in. Polaris, they were off to a great start, but weren't able to really put the lid on this game 1.
Yeah, I mean,
I totally agree with you on that, John. We'll get into it. Game number 2. You know, John, now that you've brought up the tri-lanes earlier on, You talked about how great the Undying was in tri-lanes. You know, another hero that really enjoyed tri-lanes, Jonathan. Earth Spirit. Those were the days. Earth Spirit loved tri-lanes. And I'll be quite frank, I miss tri-lanes. I think it's been too long since we've been in a meta where tri-lanes were just normal. Like, how many years has it been since we've seen a proper minute 0 tri-lane versus tri-lane situation? It's just been too long.
really.
This feels very powerful right now as he does go for the ensnare out onto the Snapfire. Polison could be in danger now as Nico's going to make the rotation over. You've got that vacuum up and now you've got the Iron Shell onto Boomy. And I think Polison, he's just dead. There you go, first blood coming out. Boomy able to pick it up on the Naga Siren. In Your Dream though is going to try and fight back, but he's going to be cautious himself. Back. Trying to get aggressive here against Alacrity. Cookie out, they have got the Naga. Boomy still going to go in. Dreamcore's been committed here by Mac with the orb out. Boomy, he's somehow still alive, but eventually will get taken down as now Mac, he could be in danger. They found the puck. Can they hold him down long enough though? Not quite. Jhonxfire, he tried to make the rotation in from the side, but didn't.
Solo, there's not much aggression as you can really do here.
And back toss out again. Mizu, though, this time is going to be just fine as he will try to turn. They've got the damage this time as Alacrity is going to show up. And it looks like Natsumi is going to pay for that attempt. We'll get a very important kill here on NGX. The CML doesn't even have the Fate's Edict up right now, so really couldn't block off any of the damage. In the meantime, though, mid lane, they found the Lion. They might get something for their trouble, and they will. Mac, he'll take that one for himself.
He's got a lane for him to kind of work on, but the rest of NGX here, just playing aggressive, posturing his tree, looking for mid, taking over the bot jungle, and making it hellish for Polaris to play anywhere else in the map.
Mac, no cam, he's looking for the Hex out, and he's got it. That's a big wall, and Vac being committed into the song now. They might try and turn this one. A lot of illusions around, but no, they can't. They can't do it. I don't think they'll have the control. Burby still getting chased down even all throughout that. I mean, maybe they could try to turn on Alacrity, but it's not looking great for that either. He's just got no fear at the moment as the cookie is not going to land. They at least allow Boomy to get out, but in the meantime, that mid-tier 1 tower is just going to drop. An immediate smoke out. NGX, they are not done. They'd love a bit more. And it looks like they're going to run right into that POS 1 Tiny. Natsumi showing on division for a moment. Scans are there, but it may be too late. Natsumi has been spotted, or has he? He'll go for a TP. No, he does not make it out. They've got plenty of damage control here. Unfortunately, Boomy showed up to try and help.
Especially once they're softened up by that decay. Like, you take off 8 strength, literally everyone's going to get one shot. I'll go.
No, they try. There's not really much in the way of fighting right now. Try at least with the Undying. Mizu, he's still healthy. They'll go on to the Oracle to the backside. CML is basically guaranteed to die here on the Oracle, but I suppose everybody else is still slowly walking their way out. But even with the jump, they just self. You are probably going to get caught out and die. Mizu, snared up. Tombstone has been dropped, and they'll just song to focus down the Tombstone. Make sure there's no games, but now the Mortimer's Kisses fly in from a mile away. They at least found Jhonxfire though, but Mizu, he might try to force the fight anyway. Cookie forward onto the Oracle. CML in big trouble, and he is going to drop. Coil though, will at least lock down too. They try to vacuum out Alacrity off that coil, but it's not going to be enough. He's fine. And Paulison, he'll just keep fighting. They just do not respect the vac wall whatsoever. As Nico is still trying to help out Natsumi, getting another kill. Mizu, though, he's not dying quite yet, but eventually will go down. They do get some nice kills from the source here, Polaris. Mac, though, still being chased as Alacrity wants a little bit more, but now he's in trouble. The tree toss is out, and they've got the ensnare, and that's a massive amount of gold now going the way of Nico, as they might even find Paulison. So eventually Polaris able to get aggressive, but In Your Dream's going to show up. Just him and Jhonxfire alone. He wants to go for a fight. Very confidently, and surprisingly, Polaris will not try. That outpost just took way too long. Meantime, though, mid lane, Alacrity playing games with the rest of Polaris, just all by himself, still feeling it. He'll remnant forward onto the Tiny. He goes with these Sleight of Fists out, and now the Mortimer's Kisses will fly in from the skies, and Natsumi just cannot survive through it. It's just almost.
Polaris do have all their spells up for good defense. I think they will just depend on the high ground defense now, as kind of expending those spells outside is a bit wasteful down bot though. Jhonxfire.
Radiant's middle tower.
It's going to be okay for now as he gets the finger out. Boomy's the one to drop. Natsumi, he does at least get the trade, and Alacrity will not have the chains. So no way to lock down the Tiny. 1 for 1. In the meantime, NGX did secure that mid tier 2. Looks like they're just going to go for the final tier 2 tower, perhaps. I mean, no real reason not to. Doesn't seem like they have quite enough time to go high ground yet. Mizu, he's been caught out on that Undying, and now you definitely can't go high ground. I say that, and your Dream is still rushing forward as if he's going to go fight, and he will. CML?
Polaris. Jhonxfire playing tag up top, it will eventually TP down, and they're just going to commit now.
Now that they are, Natsumi, he's going to show up. They've got to try and defend this. That tier 3 tower just taking so much damage already, as now the cookie does land. Mortimer's Kisses, he needs help right now. Natsumi still being chased down by these kisses. The song, it's there, and Natsumi will barely survive. But Alacrity, he's going to try and chase with the Sleight of Fist. He's not far enough to get within range, but it won't matter. They are still cleaning up. Boomy's going to drop. They're back onto the tier 3 tower. And of course, at this game, or rather this time of the game, you don't expect many buybacks to be available. So NGX know they can go for the full lane of barracks. There's really not much that Polaris can do to try and defend. Back is nice. They still have Reincarnate. They've still got time to go back for that final lane of barracks. And now in your dream, he's back in onto CML and finishes off the job as well. Buyback will be forced out immediately, but they're onto Natsumi now. They've got the control out. The Tiny going to be surged away, but can he get away? He's been stunned up, but the false promise is going to save. I assume, as he barely gets out. My goodness. Just slither away from dying there on that Tiny. So try to go for a bit more.
Are scanning.
Boomy. Be alright for now. They'll get the ensnare off onto the Snapfire. They're trying to focus down Mizu, but the Cookie going to save his life. He'll get down to the low ground, get the Tombstone out. Backwater, try and help out Natsumi, but he's still in massive danger. Trying to kill off In Your Dream, but he can't do it. And he has no buyback to make matters worse. They just wipe them out so quick.
No soul rip heal, no damage happening to Flesh Golem. The side of Polaris managed to get the scan off, but I don't think they can really play up here. Boomy will scout out though.
He's going to find the Lion. However, Natsumi, who is he focusing? He's going to try onto the Rage King, throws him back towards the way of Joe Camps. There's one down. Find more. They are controlling up this Wraith King quite nicely. Your Dream, does he want to keep going? I mean, Roshan's up. They can't really afford to lose this team fight. In Your Dream, still going to move around, but they have the Silver Edge and the normal punch. And now you've got to commit to the team fight, but the Mortimer's Kisses, they'll come flying in. They found the puck already. Mac's going to drop. They'll leave Natsumi be with that false promise, instead going back in after Boomy. They'll be 2 down without buyback.
Pretty good. And with the 3 lives up, they just go into high ground. Nothing stopped them from the last set of racks.
Absolutely not. The voice line's coming out now. They understand there is really no way to not get Megas. Be one final team fight here for Polaris now. You love the creativity from this draft, but it definitely hasn't looked so strong this game as they'll drop the Tombstone. They're going all the way for those tier 4 towers. Natsumi, he'll make the jump in onto Mizu. They almost have him, but Soul Rip is going to be there in time for him to be able to survive. And now In Your Dream can get to work. Song is out. Boomy going to hold a couple down as they get the Tombstone out. Can they keep this fight up though? They'll try. Mizu still alive throughout all of this damage. As now, In Your Dream, he's been controlled up. He'll just spin around in circles. No problem here for the Wraith King. As the GG's been called. Polaris, they tried. They threw all their spells out. Unfortunately, it just amounts to nothing. And that'll be a 2-0 victory here for NGX.